Hi, and welcome to Global Conference TV. I am Kenny Vakai. In the next video, we are having Beth Malatji interviewing Thabo Eric Mashale from Africa Ride, talking about tech entrepreneurship in Africa and how you can build your business in competitive industries. Do enjoy.
Who is Eric? For those who've never heard of you, for those who've never heard of your company, Africa Ride.
Yes.
What do you do? Who are you?
Wow, so many questions. I hope I can answer them at once. My name is Thabo Eric Mashale. I'm originally from Limpopo, in the dusty areas. So I am a passionate entrepreneur, and I'm the founder and chief Africa rider of Africa Ride.
Okay, so Africa Ride, when somebody looks at Africa Ride, we always think of companies like Uber.
Yeah.
We always think of companies like Lyft. How is Africa Ride different from all these other companies?
I mean, when you mention those things, I felt like I can punch you right now when you mention those other companies. We don't mention them, we just say ooh, and then we finish. But anyway, I mean, for me, really, the difference about us is that, look, we are South African based, number one. Number two, we've got a variety of vehicles on our app. So we understand what African market needs. So when you want to go go for a wedding, what do? People who are from here in Johannesburg, they want to come to Seshego for your wedding. You say, guys, I can just order a ride on Africa Ride, then you'll go and get a bus then. You'll go and get a Quantum, you'll go and get a 7-seater. So we've got from sedan until to a big bus on our system. And also you have got an option where you can pre-book for next week or for next month, whatever. And you can also pay by a wallet, like e-wallet,
yes,
something like that. So on our app, there's something that we can be able to load your money on the wallet instead of using the cash to save, drivers hassle. Yeah, for security. You can just load your money on the wallet and then order without the card, without any credit card whatsoever. And also, if you stay, for example, in an area, we can then allocate drivers for you where you have got a personal touch with those drivers. It becomes personal. When you're at the airport as well, for example, we have got name board where we welcome you to make it personal. People, they come from different countries, and when they come here in Africa, they don't know anything. I mean, if you are trying to order a ride via the app, now our time is big. You don't know where to stand. But if there's somebody who could actually come and welcome you with a name board and take you where you are going, makes a difference. So we also include a lot of tours. In our app, we have got tours that will be making people that can actually order a tour on the app, take them to Sun City, take them to Soweto. In fact, people, they pay us to go and show us our little houses, in Soweto. People, they pay from America. They pay us to go and show them those houses. So for us, we've found a niche. So those other guys, they don't do what we do because they came here. When they see us on our foreheads, they see dollars. Now we see people.
Absolutely.
Yes.
So take me back to when you were studying with Africa Ride.
Yeah.
What need did you feel that the people needed? Why did you start Africa Ride? I
mean, Africa Ride, in actual fact, it was started in 2012. This is not a new business. It was started in 2012 as a shuttle company in Cape Town. When I used to stay in Cape Town, I used to stay in a residence, at CPUT, and I did not have money to go home during holidays. And people, they were laughing at me, say, "Hey, why don't you go home?" And I said, "I don't have money." And then, funny enough, the university employed me to take care of their buildings during holidays. So they were actually renting out their buildings for holiday makers. So those guys, they used to come from India, whatsoever. Sometimes they come with big buses. And when they are there, they don't have actually a transport to go from point A to point B, because they came by a bus. Now when you go and want to buy a McDonald's just further there, you can't take a bus to go there. So now they call me, say, "Hey, brother, we need a ride." So then I used to call my friends to actually come and then assist these guys, and then my friends were getting paid. I was like, wow, then I can get paid as well from here. Then from there, after I finished my studies, I opened the business in 2012, and then over time, obviously, I renamed it to Africa Ride to then say, the company used to be called Temric Shuttles, from Thabo Eric Mashale. I removed your name and whatsoever. Then now let's go big, let's go Africa.
Yes.
So that's what happened.
Wow. And then the funding to do all that, did you bootstrap, or did you get any, you've got a rich uncle who put in money into your business?
No, in fact, The funding is from my own pockets. I've been doing this thing from my own pocket. Only now, these rich uncles and and rich people who have got big monies, they're after my head now. Say, hey brother, we want to be in, because they can see the future, they can see the value.
Yes.
But so far, as we speak now to date, from my own pocket.
You know what they say, people only come to you to give you money when you least need it.
Exactly.
So what would you say? We all know that it's very difficult to bootstrap, to start a business with your own money. What are some of the challenges that you faced along the way? Especially starting a business with your own money, with your own finances and your own savings.
Well, I think challenges there's been, sometimes when I'm unable to pay these cars of mine. In fact, initially I used to, started with my own cars. I remember the first 3 months, the cars were almost repossessed because I did not have money to pay them. But then over time, really, I managed to get clients. Then when we were able to get money and I paid the clients. So challenges was that kind of cash flow. And then secondly was to get the right team that can understand and follow my vision. People, they come with their small interest, with small mind. When they come in your business, they feel like that you've got a small office. They feel like, no man, I want a big office. But in the big office, you are like a drop in the ocean where they don't even see the work that you are doing. But the small company, the small office, the work that you do, it becomes so visible, it's tangible. So getting the right team for me was an issue. And also, even these developers, right? Just having the right developers who understand, can be able to build what you tell them according to requirements.
Yeah.
For me, that has been a difficult path to walk.
Yes.
But you know what? What doesn't kill you
makes you stronger.
Exactly.
And then you mentioned the challenge of bringing in teams into your business. Do you find it easier to bring in people who are talented or people who are more skilled, or do you more hire people with the right attitude? Between the two, what works better, attitude or skill?
One of my pastors in church, he said one day that hunger is the currency to buy anything in the whole world. So for me, really, I'm looking for that hunger. When I get somebody who want to hire, I said, are you hungry enough? Even if you don't have the skills, but if you're hungry enough, the skills can be a currency for you to be able to be employed by anybody. You can actually go to Europe tomorrow if you're hungry. Because if you're hungry, you can start making calls now until you even get to Motsepe. Say, brother, I've got to go and attend entrepreneurship summit in Europe, and this is what I've been looking for the whole life of mine. So please assist. And I'm sure if you have been knocking, they can assist.
They can open doors for you.
For me, I'm looking for hungry people, for hungry people as opposed to those who are talented.
Yes. And then now I want to talk about, is it safe for us to call you a tech entrepreneur?
Yeah, I forced myself in that space, so you can call that.
Okay, because everything revolves around Africa Ride revolves around an app, right?
Yeah.
Can you code, or how did you then bring in people who've got the tech skills that you don't have in your business?
Mm-hmm. So I'm blessed to have people, friends here in South Africa. We have got good people in this country, and unfortunately, the infrastructures, they are not conducive for these good people to actually operate. So I got friends, who can then, I got my team as well, then they developed the requirements of what we wanted to do. And then some people then they started developing, and then from there it became the big thing. So I leverage on the relationship. I don't always bend, in fact I don't bend my bridges.
Yes.
I make sure that whoever I interact with, even behind my back, they can speak good things about me. Not necessarily that they like me, but then because of the track record that I've been doing. Understand? So for me, really, I've been blessed to have a right team so far to be able to assist us, in the business, in coding, in writing requirements, and whenever we make changes that we need to do, when people they say no, but please maybe add this on the app quickly, then they do that. So
yes.
We've been privileged.
I know a lot of entrepreneurs who've got ideas, and they are not technical.
Yeah.
And they always have this notion that, if I give it to somebody who's technical, they might steal my idea.
Yeah.
How did you become so open-minded to say, look, I'm going to share my vision with these people without having to worry about them stealing my idea?
Yeah.
Considering the fact that you're not technical yourself, how did you get past through that? Because I know a lot of people who've got ideas and they could collaborate with other people who could then form, a business that could succeed. But then because they've got that fear that, look, people might steal my idea, how do you get past that?
You see, for me, really, I don't have these things of fear. You know, I can open my business now and show you, Beth, but you cannot run with my business because you don't understand the why behind it. Understand? So then now for me, even if I can just give you the manual and say run with the business, you will not achieve things that I, as Eric, I was supposed to achieve. Remember, I'm the only one in this whole world who's like me. The 7 billion people that are in the whole world, I'm the only one. So I'm here to serve a purpose. So I can give you ideas, whatever, but then you will not be able to serve the way I was supposed to do. I don't care. I mean, I can share with you everything. For me, really, I don't mind, really. I just go with what I'm supposed to do, and I know that I will leave the mark of integrity that will speak in my absence one day.
Yeah, and I like how you said you are the only one who knows your why.
Yeah.
And then looking back, what are some of the sacrifices that you have made in your journey? We all make sacrifices as entrepreneurs, you know, and along the way we lose people, we lose friends, you know, we lose business associates and stuff like that. What are some of the sacrifices that you've made?
Taking all my investments and go all out and not look back. So we pay school fees every day. In fact, as entrepreneurs, we actually pay more than Harvard. I promise you. Because I mean, remember, it's time, it's energy, it's emotions, and everything that actually involves it. You just go all out and say, "What I'm gonna make this thing happen." So the school fees is quite high. For me, really, I have made a lot of sacrifice where my own money, I said, "What? I'm gonna go out and take whatever I have and go and put it there because I believe in this thing. Whether it works or not, I just believe in it." And then people, then they will come when they see. In fact, right now, I promise you, you want to be in my shoes. Because people, I mean, all over the country, they are calling me, they want to invest in the business, they want to work with me. But the thing that I have always seen, you don't always find the right people who then have got the same vision with you. You see, you can come with all your monies. For me, I don't have a problem. But if you don't share the values that I share, deal off.
I absolutely agree with you.
Yes, I mean, sorry, just before you answer us the same question, I mean, my company had the privilege, I mean, 2 weeks back or so, of transporting Randy Zuckerberg.
Yeah, I saw that on social media.
Mark Zuckerberg's sister. And one of the things I was asking here, I said, but Randy, you guys, you are very successful. How then do you deal with this, sometimes you feel like this business is not going all right, and then when you want to give up, how to deal with that kind of situation? So you know what, Eric, I as a Randy, Mark, my brother as well, to date, we face challenges in the business where sometimes we feel like we want to quit, but then we know the vision where we want to go. And as we know the vision is that things will then come right one day, and when they come right, the steep is just going up, where the profits, they come in numbers. But you know what? Every day, things, they go like this. But when they go up like this.
And what keeps you going?
Oh, my passion. I am very much passionate about what I do. And
I can see when you speak about Africa, right? I can actually see the passion. You've got that passion for your business.
So yeah, what keeps me going really is to leave this world a better place than it was when I found it. So I want to make, wherever I set my foot, wherever I service, I want them to actually have that kind of, wow, this boy, where have you been for the past 20 years, when we've been running business? I want to make that change where people, they can see that, there are people who are not charlatans, out there. There are people who are real, who can be able to service you as the client, and you as the client, you become happy. So people is my actually passion.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then out of everything that you have achieved, what do you value most?
Sure, my family. I value my family, my wife, my child, and so that's what. And most importantly, I value people who love God. For me, really, I believe that whoever your God is, my God is Jesus Christ. So I just think the person who introduced me to Christianity, I feel like, that has been the best decision I've ever made in my whole life to date.
Nice. And then now I just want to shift a little bit and talk about wealth.
Yeah.
What does wealth mean to you, and how do you define your wealth?
Oh my Lord, what a big question. So for me, really, wealth is about having control of means of production, or having control of something that can have influence of other people. Wealth is not money for me. People, they always have got money where they say, I've made an investment at ABSA or at whatever. You see, the investment that you have got no control of is not an investment, it's a saving. You know, because if you've got no control of anything that you are doing, it's not an investment. So for me, really, when I'm saying wealth, I'm talking about a wealth where then I have created something like Africa right now, and I've got control on what's happening there, then I will create wealth. In fact, what I've done as well is that I have actually invited the drivers that join Africa Ride. I have actually set part of their business for them as well. So portion of my business I give to all the drivers. Any driver who comes on Africa Ride today, they will own the business with me. So then the idea is that, look, I mean, if you then run, you've got a car, you put your car on Africa Ride, but then can the car really make you wealth? Absolutely no, it cannot. You know, you can make a surviving or a living that just day to day, month to month, but if the car get problems, you won't be able to have that wealth you thought it is. But then now, if you've got an investment in Africa Rand that I gave for free to you, for you to have a control with me, that is wealth for me.
Wow. And then lastly, you know, some people are looking up to you. They see you on social media and they're thinking, look, I want to be as successful as Eric one day. What advice do you have for such people, especially when it comes to, you know, the attitude point of things? Because a lot of people think, I think I want to be an entrepreneur. You know, 4 out of 5 people think they want to be entrepreneurs, but really, what does it take to be a successful entrepreneur, and what advice would you give to such people?
Well, I will say, don't be a parasite, but be a parachute. You know, basically what I'm saying is that, look, you see, a parachute, it will land you in a safe place. Or if we put a parachute outside, it will just go up, lift you up. But a parasite, what it wants, it will make you want to suck all the blood until you are really just a stone, you know.
Yes.
So then, for me, really, one thing that one friend of mine taught me is that, look, always look into ways to deposit something into people as opposed to withdrawing. Like ATM as well. ATM, if you just keep on withdrawing the money that is there, it's just gonna be going out and
it's gonna go dry.
And for us who are in relationships, who are married, you know, if you know, with my wife, if I don't deposit things, you know, that love will just like eventually
vanish.
Vanish. So for me, really, I'm looking for people. I mean, there's this boy called Thabo Ledimo, you know, who just came into my life, and then he's the one who actually do those social media that you see on my business. He just came, said, brother, I want to add value to you, you know, and then I said, wow, come. He started doing things. There's no contract, nothing. He's just pushing the passion. For me, somebody like that, that's the kind of entrepreneur I'm looking for. Somebody who can show me the results before they actually even speak.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow. Thank you so much for joining us today, and I wish you all the best with Africa Ride and all your future projects. Is there anything else that you're working on? You know, any new projects that you're tapping onto?
No, for now, really, I just want to focus on this, and I want people just to pay attention on Africa Ride, so they must actually go on App Store and like this. They must go on App Store and Google Play and type Africa Ride, and then that is on Android, on App Store. I mean, on App Store, eh?
Google Apps.
Yeah, that one of iOS. Type Africa Rider with an E, so then they will get the app and download. Support us. You see, I think it's time that we must be getting tired of just liking my page or liking my status.
Absolutely.
We must actually action
react.
things. Exactly.
Yeah. And then how do people find you? How do people find, we know that they can get Africa Ride from all the app stores, and then how do people get hold of you?
They can find me on Facebook, Thabo Eric Mashale, on Twitter, @MashaleTE. That also happens also on Instagram, @MashaleTE. Or they can send me an email at contact@africaride.co.za.
Thank you so much for joining us. I really appreciate it.
Keep watching Global Conference TV for more inspirational and transformational content, changing the world one inspired and transformed person at a time.